Hello, my dear students. I hope you all are safe and fine at your home, right? So, what we are going to learn today, we are going to learn very, very important concept today, right? So, what we are going to learn? We are going to learn today about pranayams. What we are going to learn? We are going to learn about pranayams. So, before we're going to start, I would like to tell you something which is very, very important. That is the eighth limb of yoga. Yam, Niyam, Asan, Pranayam, Pratyahar, Dharana, Dhyan, Samadhi. These are the elements of yoga, right? So, out of that, today what we are going to learn, we are going to learn about pranayams. What we are going to learn? We are going to learn about pranayams. See, pranayams is the fourth stage of yoga. Okay? Yam, Niyam, Asan, Pranayam. Pranayam is the fourth stage of yoga. Okay? So, what is this pranayam? Pranayam, the meaning of pranayam is, bring air into the body as a power of life. Got it? What is pranayam? It is made up of two words, pran and ayam, right? So, breathe air as a power is called pranayam. Got it? So, now let us first talk about how to sit if you want to go for any kind of pranayam, right? First step is to stretch your muscles, right? So you just stretch yourself back, put your neck down, come up, now relax, clap, stretch inside, stretch, now hold, take your body another side, hold, slowly and gently come back, take your body another side, hold. Now let's come on the next part, how to sit in this asana. So you can sit in any comfortable position, like first is Sukhasana that I am telling you, right? This is which asana? This is Sukhasana. Okay, so the asana in which I am sitting right now is Sukhasana. Okay, so see, this Sukhasana is so simple. You can sit anyhow if you want, right? Next thing is Padmasana you can also use, and you can also sit in Padmasana, right? So see, this Padmasana as well as this Sukhasana is very, very important as a part of our life. If you sit in Padmasana, if you sit in Sukhasana, it definitely lead a lot of importance, and then definitely bring a lot of kind of things, positive affirmation, positive thoughts in your mind. So whenever you are doing watching television, watching anything else, so you must go for this asanas. You sit in this asana. Either you sit in this Sukhasana. Now what is the second asana that I would like to tell you? The second asana is Padmasana, right? So this is the way how you can sit in Padmasana, right? So this is how you can sit in this Padmasana, right? You can either make this mudra, you can make this mudra, right? You can see my finger is like this, or you can make your mudra like this. Okay, see, like this. Okay, if you are not at all comfortable in all two postures, right, what else you can do? You can sit in the another position, that is our Vajrasana, right? So this posture will also be correct. Okay, so this posture will also be corrected. It can be taken place, right? Okay, in this posture, that is our Vajrasana, you can sit. Okay, so there are different ways to sit, right? I generally prefer sometimes Sukhasana and sometimes Parvatasana as well as Padmasana. So what the thing to go for? You just put your one leg and touch here on this region, that is your abdomen region, And now sit properly. Now the first thing that I'm going to tell you is about meditation. So meditation is change in the inner urge of a person, right? Meditation is to feel into the deep sense of ourselves, right? So what else we need to go for? We need to understand a very important thing, that meditation is important for us not because it's a part of exercise. It is very important because it gives, a kind of satisfaction. It gives you the peace, the relaxation to your muscles, your mind and your thought process, right? So now let's see how to start meditating, right? Sit in any comfortable position. I generally prefer this comfortable position. Now what you need to do, close your eyes, remove the stress of your shoulder, relax your shoulder muscles, relax your hand muscles. Now you are putting a lot of pressure while you are sitting in this Padmasana, right? So you need not to put any pressure on this Padmasana. Okay. Next thing, you'll just sit, relax everything, keep your spine straight, eyes closed. There should not be pressure on this eyelashes, eyebrow and everything should be relaxed, properly calmed up. You are feeling that there is no pain at your eyes. You are feeling relaxed. If you in the beginning you feel pain in this region, this your leg and everything, this muscles, but now you are feeling relaxed. There is no pain at a joint, and you're feeling, absolutely comfortable. You feel more cheerful. You believe that you are looking most, handsome or beautiful as earlier you was, because you are seeing yourself with your अंतरात्मा, right? अब आप अपने शरीर को अपनी अंतरात्मा से देख रहे हैं. You are seeing your body with your soul, right? Now what should be the kind of breathing process? So what you need to do, breathe in, it means inhale and exhale slowly and gently. Generally what people do, they generally this is totally wrong. How you'll have to go, you'll have to breathe in slowly. See, I'll be counting up to 30, okay, and it is the fact also. Count up to 30 and breathe in. Count up to 15 and hold. Count up to 30 and relax, exhale. So, and it is also said that 1:1:2. Exhale, inhale, hold and exhale in a more time, right? So let me tell you how. Let's count. You count in yourself while you're sitting in there. I am inhaling oxygen. Now I am holding it without any sense of effort, right? I am holding it. Now exhale. I exhaled, right? So what's the thing to notice here? To start meditation, you must have a control over your breathe, not over the control of the intensity, right? So you need not to control the intensity of breathing, rather than you will have to focus on the pace you are taking, right? Do not majorly thinking on the intensity, how much to take and how much not to take, right? So be understood with this point. First thing that we are going to learn today is Anulom Vilom Pranayam, right? What is it? It is Anulom Vilom Pranayam. So what first thing you need to go for this is, you first make any mudra. You can simply close your thumb. This mudra will come, right? Stop it, right? Stop, close one of your nostril. So let's say I'm closing this nostril, right? You can either do it like this. Your spine should always be straight. When you perform this all things, your spine should always be straight. So hold this. It means I want to close your one of nostril. Inhale from another nostril. So when you're inhaling from another nostril, there should not be any voice. The oxygen goes to your lungs, then it should come back. We'll remove it with the another leg, right? Another nose. Okay, so let me tell you how we will perform it. Okay, so let us start it. Anulom Vilom Pranayam. What is the name of our first pranayam? The name of our first pranayam is Anulom Vilom Pranayam. Let us start it. Remove, exhale, slowly, gently exhale, relax. So this is what Anulom Vilom Pranayam. So let us do the one more round of this Anulom Vilom Pranayam. What I'll do, see, so this continuous around 10 rounds will do, because your annual board exam you will be definitely asking that you might be in 11th, you might be in 12th. So dear students, we were just about to continue the particular topic that I was discussing about, right? So I was discussing about this Anulom Vilom Pranayam, right? So Anulom Vilom Pranayam should be performed on the regular basis, because this will definitely come in the board exams, right? How it will come? It will come in the form of our, that is our practical examination. And as you must aware about what is the number of a practical exam, the practical exam will be of how many? It is of, very good, it is of 30 marks, right? So now let us come and learn what the next kind of pranayams. So you can either sit in Padmasana, and you can also sit in this R Surya Bhedana. Okay, which pranayam? Surya Bhedan pranayam. So right now you can see that how I am sitting. I am sitting in Sukhasana. Which asana I am sitting? Okay, Sukhasana, right? Now what can we are going to do, and what I'll be teaching you? I'm gonna teach you Surya Bhedanasana, Surya Bhedan Pranayam. Which pranayam? Surya Bhedan Pranayam. Which pranayam we are going to learn today now? We are going to learn Surya Bhedan Pranayam, right? So now what's this Surya Bhedan Pranayam? It is a kind of pranayam in which a person inhale from the left nostril, right? So you inhale, then hold it for a second, and then remove, right? So inhalation, then exhalation, right? So inhale, stop for a while, exhale, right? Surya Bhedan Pranayam. So let me tell you how you'll have to perform this. This is my palm, this 2 fingers down, and this is up. Okay, so see, this is how I'm gonna tell you, this way, right? So you just keep your thumb on this nostril, block it, and this should be here, right? Can you see this? Okay, so what I'm gonna tell you is about, you'll have to take it like this. This hand should be open. Inhale, slowly, gently, without any forceful action. Stop for a while. Exhale. Again inhale from the same side. Stop. Exhale. Right? So what I was teaching you about Surya Bhedan Pranayam. Which pranayam? Surya Bhedan Pranayam. Let me tell you once again. There's 2 fingers, closed. This is on your nose. So the basic concept that I would like to add here is this finger should be closed, right? This thumb is here. So you will have to close your nostril with this thumb. Your finger should be on the forehead, right here. This is close with on my nose. When you're exhaling, so this two fingers, right? These two fingers will come here and this thumb will go up. And you remove, right? So this is the way how you can perform Surya Bhedan Pranayam. Let me show you once again, right? So I am performing now with the another hand. I'll be just keeping my hand here and close my nostril. Inhale, hold, exhale. See, when we inhale, it is called Purak. Purak, it means taking oxygen inside. Purak. When we close it, that is Kumbhak. What is it called? It is called Kumbhak. What is called? It is called Kumbhak. And when we exhale, that is called Rechak. Purak, Kumbhak, Rechak. I hope you got it, this concept, right? So now let us perform it again, right? So let's perform again. Done. This here. Inhale. Now let's perform with this hand. Right? So this is what about the Surya Bhedan Pranayam, right? Next pranayam that we are going to produce is Ujjayi Pranayam. Which pranayam? Next pranayam is Ujjayi Pranayam. Now let's see, let us learn what is this Ujjayi Pranayam exactly means, right? So for that you'll have to do first, that is our exercise for the neck. Okay, so you just keep your shoulder like this in the manner I have done. Okay, you touch your neck one side. Now touch it slowly, gently, take again at the center and touch it another side. Come back, slowly, gently, take it down, back side. Try to stretch your chin, दाढ़ी को stretch कीजिए अपनी. Slowly, gently come back. There will be pain on your spinal cord in front. Come up. Now stretch your neck this side. Hold. Let's now come slowly, gently to the another side. Hold. Now come back and see. Now what we are going to perform? Now we are ready to perform Ujjayi Pranayam, right? So this exercise is very important if you want to perform Ujjayi Pranayam. Now what happens when you perform Ujjayi Pranayam, right? So you can put your hands here. You can either put your hands like this, right? Now what is this Ujjayi Pranayam? So when you perform this Ujjayi Pranayam, right? So what exactly, there is a frictional sound, there is a vibrating sound, right? So what you need to do, you need to keep your neck down like this. Okay, the first step is to keep your neck down, and there should be you see there should be a frictional sound, right? Now how this frictional sound will come? So when you drop your neck down, your throat region will little bit collapse, right? And when you inhale, your air should touch on your throat region, and there should be frictional sound, there should be vibrating sound. Okay, so when you feel that vibrating sound there, so then you feel really 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 nice, right? So it is most important thing that I'm telling you. What you will have to feel, you will have to see that what I'm telling you, when you keep your hand like this, right? You can put it like this, and in simple you can set it here, right? So I'll generally prefer this, the positive affirmations will come. Okay, so now what you need to do, you tilt your neck down, inhale, and when you inhale there should be a frictional sound on this throat region, right? Inhale from both the nostril, exhale from both the nostrils, right? And this frictional sound could only be listened by you, not by others. Okay, so you will be the only person who can listen this sound, that friction. Yes, don't do like this. इस तरीके से कुछ नहीं करना है, राइट? द सी जब हम योगा अच्छे से नहीं करते हैं, रूल्स और रेगुलेशन के साथ नहीं करते हैं, सो उसके कुछ हानि भी होती है. देयर विल लॉट ऑफ डिसएडवांटेजेस टू. So what one must go for is to understand what exactly the mean, right? So one should understand the exact ways to go, right? So the first thing that I want to tell you is keep your neck down. Now inhale, there is a frictional sound, there should be a frictional sound. So when you were inhaling there was a frictional sound, and when you are exhaling there will be the frictional sound. So what we had started with, Anulom Vilom Pranayam, then we done the Surya Bhedan Pranayam, alternate nostril breathing, right? Purak Kumbhak Rechak. Now we had done with, that is our Ujjayi Pranayam. Now Shitli Pranayam, right? What is this Shitli Pranayam? The Shitli Pranayam is the forceful inhalation from the mouth and tongue. Okay, Shitli Pranayam, forceful inhalation of from the mouth, right? So I hope you must understood what I'm telling. So where we were on Shitli Pranayam, right? Shitli, it means शीतल दा देने वाला. So ये जो प्राणायाम शीतली प्राणायाम I'm telling you is only for summers. So this pranayam should be done in summer, right? But it is important to understand, that's why I'm explaining you right now. Okay, so very simple, very funny, right? See now how many of you can roll your tongue this way, right? How many? Check faster. How many are you able to roll your tongue? Roll. If you are not able to roll, you just put a pencil and make a roll, O shape, right? So the Surya, that is our Shitli Pranayam. This is a very very important pranayam, right? So what we need to go for? We just need to, first requirement to do this pranayam is to make your tongue roll. Okay, let's see how. Okay, so this is our first step. In second step, we need to inhale oxygen, right? Inhale air from the environment, from the outside world. Inhale, as in when you inhale, it brings a coldness, right? So when it brings coldness, right, it would be good to avoid this cough and cold. So in summers, generally it is performed by the peoples. Shitli and Sitkari pranayams is generally performed in summers. So you must go for this pranayam, right? So let's understand how to perform this pranayam. You see the demo that I'm gonna perform here. Okay, see my hands are open, eyes closed, shoulder relax, chest up, spine straight. Roll your tongue. right? So you can do it in two ways. You can inhale from the rolled tongue and exhale from the nostril, right? So let us perform it again. How to perform, you see please, right? So we are doing this Shitli Pranayam, which brings Shitalta in our body, coldness in our body, right? So let's see how to perform it. Roll your tongue, inhale oxygen with the rolled tongue, right? So inhaling more oxygen and exhaling a lot of things, right? So this is about Shitli Pranayam. Which pranayam I was talking about? This is about Shitli Pranayam, and it is a good pranayam for your lungs. See, pranayams are always good for your lungs, okay? And pranayam should be performed. And this pranayam, that is Shitli and Sitkari Pranayam, it is good if we perform these pranayams in the summer. I hope you got my concept, right? Now let us perform Shitkari Pranayam. Which pranayam? Shitkari. Okay, Sitkari Pranayam is also same, but it is a little bit different. It helps to regulate the body temperature, right? Okay, so what you need to do? Just simply put your hands here. Show me your tits. Let me see you have your brush or not properly, right? So you just need to show your tits, and from your tit you need to take oxygen and remove with the nostril, right? Okay, so bring it from the teeth. This reason you will have to, you will have to take oxygen from like this way. This way you need to inhale, okay, and then you will have to exhale from the nostril. So we'll be doing 3 times it, right? Let's see how I am going to do. Okay, so let's see. Ready? So what is the main point we need to understand? When we inhaling, so there will be lot of oxygen deposited in our lungs, right? There should be lot of oxygen and we feel good, relaxed, right? So lot of oxygen goes inside and exhale also. Okay, so let's quickly come. We'll be doing again. Are you ready? Okay, so let's start. So I'm inhaling with my teeth and exhaling from my nostril, right? I hope you must have understood what I'm telling, right? Inhaling from the teeth and exhaling from the nostril. So understood it? I hope you understand it, right? Now what you next to do? We just need to first see here, listen to me properly. Let me perform again. See, when we inhale there should be a voice, there will be a voice definitely, but when you exhale there should not be any voice, right? Take it slowly, gently, so that it will be good, the things will be graceful, right? So the next pranayam that I am going to tell you now is totally different, and it is called Bhramari Pranayam. Which pranayam? Bhramari Pranayam. And Bhramari Pranayam is something which helps an individual to, the memory sharpening, as well as if you're feeling a headache, it will be removed. And there is a lot of benefits of Bhramari Pranayam for an individual's life, right? So one should go for Bhramari Pranayam on the regular basis, which is very important part. And what I would like to suggest is that one should make this types of pranayams and this types of activities, this exercise, one should always search a time to do exercise, and one should make this physical fitness, this wellness of mind and all, to be the integral part of life, right? Until and unless you make the integral part of your life, it will not at all work, right? So you'll have to make it, and you will have to make it the integral part of your life, right? So now let's see how to perform Bhramari Pranayam, right? So see, there are two ways to perform this Bhramari Pranayam. The first way, it's the mosquitoes are here, so it's a little bit disturbing us, fine. So what I would like to tell you is about Bhramari Pranayam. So Bhramari Pranayam are of two types. How many types? Bhramari Pranayam is of two types. First, it's for everyone to go, and if you want to sharpen your memory, that will be the different one. Okay, so the first thing that I'm gonna tell you is just close your pinna of ear. Okay, your ears have pinna, so close the pinna of your ear. These two fingers will be on your forehead, these three fingers will be here. Do not put a pressure over your eyes, do not put a pressure of your eyes, right, over your eyes. बिल्कुल gently रखिए, ऐसा pressure नहीं होना आँख के ऊपर, right, सिर्फ fingers हैं उसके ऊपर और कुछ नहीं करना है, right. So close this pinna with this thumb, put these two fingers here on the forehead and three fingers here on the nostril and eyes. Now what we need to perform, we need to perform a buzzing sound, that is the honeybee sound, right. So let's get started. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, right. So we'll be performing it once again and you see how I performed, right. So I'm going to perform it again and you see how nicely I have performed and how important it is to perform properly, right. So what you need to do, you just put your hands here on your eyes, okay, close your pinna, and what we need to do, we need to produce the sound of hun, H-U-N, hun. Which sound? We need to produce the sound of hun. So meanwhile, if you feel pain a little bit on your legs, right now I am not feeling well, right, so I can just stretch it, I can change my leg, okay, that is what I have changed, right, so that the position can be controlled and the position will be good too. Now what I'm gonna do, again close your pinna and you will have to produce a sound of hun, H-U-N, hun, honeybee buzzing sound. Which sound? Honeybee buzzing sound, right. Let's see, let's close this, right. So you just quickly wait. So students, what you need to see, you'll have to click this thumbs on your pinna and you will have to put it here. See my hands, how my hands are, okay. So it's the second type that I'm going to tell you, right. The second type is this is the second type that I'm going to tell you, where you put your hands on your head, okay. It is generally good for the students from age, around 6 to 18, right. So what you'll have to do, you just simply follow how I'm doing. Put your hands here on your pinna, close your pinna, put your hands here, right. Now you'll have to produce the sound of hun. Which sound? Sound of hun, H-U-N, right students. So let us perform. Close your eyes. Inhale, exhale. Let us perform again. Okay, so just a second. Yeah, so meanwhile when you're doing this, right, so you will have to inhale, exhale, then again do, inhale, exhale, and again do, right. So let's see, I am doing it again, okay. Just put this thumb here on the pinna region, hands here, and you will have to do it, right. So let us start. Right. So what I'm telling you students, a very important thing, right? I'm just tilting my neck. Okay, so the very important thing that I'm going to tell you is there are two types of this Bhramari pranayam. One is can perform by anyone, in any method you can perform, and especially for children if we talk. So if you want to enhance the memory, the brain sharpening, right? So what can you do? You can simply perform it this one for the brain sharpening. Students must go for this, right? Now next, our last pranayam is Kapal Bhati. Which pranayam? Our last pranayam is Kapal Bhati pranayam. So for Kapal Bhati pranayam, you must have to sit in Padmasana or Vajrasana, right, or any of the comfortable position. So if there is a people at your home and who are very old, so they can simply only sit in this position also, right? They can sit it like this. Generally obese person sit like this, so there will be no problem. So what I would like to suggest you, I wanted you to sit in this position. Okay, this is the good position. Now in Kapal Bhati, what we need to go for? So in Kapal Bhati, we just need to put our hands here, right? Full forceful exhalation, not at all inhalation, only exhale. So what one go for? One will have to exhale, exhale, exhale and exhale. No need to inhale when you're doing, right? So started with 30 counts. Okay, understood, dear students, how I told you? So what we need to go for, a very good thing that we need to understand here is we need to exhale only. Just give a forceful act here inside, right? See, let's say I am taking my andar, right? फिर बाहर, अंदर, बाहर, अंदर, बाहर. So if you perform this exercise, definitely the belly fat will be reduced. First thing, right? Kundali Jagran can be done with this pranayam, which is again the very important thing, right? So see, it is very important to go for this pranayam if you really want to achieve something in your life. If you want really to energize yourself, if you want some positive affirmation, you'll definitely do this all kinds of pranayam. And you can do one thing also, you can distribute this different pranayam 7 days or 6 days in a week, right? You divide 6 days a week for that. Today I'll be doing this pranayam, today I'll be doing that pranayam, and that thing mutually can be sorted out and understood. I hope you understand, right? So let me tell you again how to perform this Kapal Bhati. So let us start. Okay, what you need to do, you just only have to exhale the carbon dioxide presenters, right? Right, so it is about our Kapal Bhati pranayam. So dear students, let me tell you what we had done today. So we had started with different kinds of pranayams, right? So we had done a lot of pranayams today. So let's start it from counting one by one. The first one was Anulom Vilom pranayam. Second was Surya Bhedan pranayam, right? Next was Ujjayi pranayam, Shitli pranayam, Shitkari pranayam. Then we had that is Bhramari pranayam. Bhramari, there is two parts in Bhramari. That is, one is this head side and second is this side, right? So after that, what we had done with Kapal Bhati, right? I told you here in Kapal Bhati to forceful exhalation, not the inhalation, because the exhalation is only working for us. It will help us to do a lot of things, right? So this is what important things that I would really like to tell you, and I would like to appreciate you also to be here throughout this session and understand the topics correctly, right? So you must go for this pranayams will be definitely in the MCQ pattern asking to us. So this practical approach is very important, and if this pranayams you know, and if you told the external that sir I know this pranayams, and if you are able to explain them this pranayam while performing, so then you will definitely got 30 out of 30 in practical exam, and I hope in theory you are definitely getting good marks, right? So the last posture, you can also sit in this simple position, and you'll just hold your this, and you just down your, okay, very simple exercise, very good exercise to keep his spine straight. The spine related problems can be solved, right? So with this, I hope you must have understood all the topics that we taught today. That is a very important topic, that is pranayams. So pranayams play a vital role in the life of a person, right? So you must go for this pranayams and all properly, right? Take care. Bye bye.